Welcome in, guys, to the CBJ Gaming Kroger 3v3 Open. We are back with another interview, and tonight our special guest is Polgz. Polgz, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, Griz. How are you? And
I'm doing
Davos?
fantastic.
Excellent.
Davos, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm glad to have Polgz on the interview tonight, as we did Top Shelf Cookie last week. He was a phenomenal guest. And I hope Polgz can I can ramp it up and make it even better.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
so without further ado here, Davos is going to kick things off with our first question for you, Polgz.
Polgz, you guys have been a part. You and Prodigy have been a part, a team for a pretty good amount of time now. The guys had your start in Sharks Pacific Cup, and now here we are, 2022. You guys just got your big championship with the Sharks Season 2, and a lot of individual wins. And how do you feel you guys now as a team compared to in the very beginning?
Yeah, for sure we've come a long way, as you guys have been saying, and everybody has been saying, honestly. We started off as a team where me and Kat and Gaim kind of became friends over one summer. And as you guys know, NHL drops around September, October every single year. So we said, why not? Let's try and make a sixes team and see what we can do. So we kind of just we're trying to find those like missing pieces, because at first I started on left defense, Geimer was on left wing. I've never played defense before, but I sacrificed. I was like, you know what, I'll try and see what I can do on D. But we ended up switching that up. So Cad's always been our right wing, and we obviously needed to find the missing pieces, which were our center, our right D, and our goalie. And we finally found that with Bush, Vane, and Desi. And ever since that, everything's clicked, and we've come a long way. And obviously, coming from the bottom to the top, it's not easy, but we've stuck together, and it's proven that it's doing us well because our chemistry is so strong, and it's pretty much the reason why we're winning. I'd say our chemistry as a team.
Well, that was certainly a fantastic response. As Prodigy, the growth that you guys have had, it truly is remarkable. And the team that stays together will eventually get over the hump if you keep that core together. Find the surrounding pieces, as you mentioned, bringing in Desi, bringing in Booch, bringing in Vane as well. Kind of just everything clicked once that lineup got together. And I want to change gears a little bit and talk a little bit about your personal life and what you have going on, because some things are certainly bigger than the game, and you've very well experienced that. You want to talk a little bit about your mother's battle with cancer, what it's meant to you, and kind of just talk me through what it's been like to walk that battle with her and, overcoming that challenge as well.
Yeah, for sure. Cancer is definitely a topic that is very touching, heartwarming, and obviously sucks. I'm not sure why it exists, but we deal with it in our everyday lives. My mom was diagnosed with cancer about when I was really, really young. Obviously, I wasn't old enough to pretty much understand. So my mom kind of told me when I was around 10 to 12 years old. I'm not sure when, but she's not sure either. But it was around that time when she first told me that it did happen, because obviously I wasn't old enough to pretty much understand what it meant and what it was to deal with it. But then my mom was re-diagnosed about a year and a half ago, with cancer again, with the same cancer, skin cancer. She always says wear sunscreen. That's definitely something she learned from that, because she was one of those kids that would just tan when they didn't know that I guess skin cancer was a thing back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, for sure. It's definitely touching and heartwarming. She beat it twice in the last 11 years, I think, or almost 12 now. But yeah, it's definitely touching. She always pushes me to be a better person every single day and always do my best. And I try my best with absolutely everything. And my family has grown so much from it. And we've all become even closer, more than I can imagine. And already me being a triplet, that's being close enough. But yeah, it's definitely a subject that's heartwarming. But obviously, we got a good outcome, and we're definitely happy about that. And our family is staying strong.
Absolutely. And touching indeed, it's not easy. Cancer has touched all of our lives, and some more negatively or more negative than others. And it's unbelievable the battle that she's gone through, and you guys have come out a lot stronger because of it. And certainly facing adversity like that helps you grow as a person. As I'll kick it back over to Davos for his final question.
Well, we got plenty more tournaments coming up in the future here. We got GWC on the horizon. What do you look forward to the most, whether it be a matchup that you want, or whether it be just wanting to just win it all? What are your thoughts heading into this big tournament coming up?
Yeah, for sure. GUC is obviously the biggest tournament we pretty much have every single year for NHL. It's pretty much the tournament that everybody looks forward to, especially from a 1v1 standpoint. I haven't been able to do my greatest, I think, that I have played yet this year. I hope to do better than I have in the previous years for GWC, which is obviously make the top 8, because I've made top 32, I've made top 16. So now I really want to crunch down to make that top 8 and then make that top 4, hopefully, and then go all the way. But obviously that's a long road from now, as we're still in the top 16. But hopefully I can push my way into the top 8 this year for this year's GWC and make it in person on land in Montreal.
All right, so for one final question, so now we've talked about GWC, let's kick it back and let's talk about the 3v3 event, as Prodigy did find a way to win that Caps Gaming 3s event. Now again, Prodigy competing in this CBJ Gaming 3v3 Open. You want to talk a little bit about your experience bringing the tools that you have, the skills that you've gained in both 1v1 and 6v6, bringing it over to the 3v3 space, and just maybe talk about, do you like playing 3s? Would you like to see more NHL teams get involved in the 3 scene as well?
Yeah, 3s is definitely a different game mode. It's completely different than 1s and 6s, because obviously there's way less people on the ice. There's half the amount. 3s, I'd say it has a little bit of 1s. It has a little bit of 6s in it. The 6s standpoint, from a 6s standpoint, I'd say probably the teamwork and the communication really comes into play. Make sure you guys know where you guys are on the break-ins, on the breakouts, and in the offensive zone for those big one-timers or there's big cut plays through the middle. But from the 1v1 standpoint, there's a thing that people it's called skill zoning. It's like staying in the middle. So in 3s, like there's not a lot of people on the ice, so there's really no point of leaving the middle on the ice when you're on defense. So I'd say that skill zoning type defense point really comes into play in 3s. But yeah, I really love 3s. I think CBJ is doing a great thing here. Bringing 3s into the NHL esports, and for them to run a tournament. I'd like to see more teams get into 3s, as I do love 3s, 1s, and 6s. I love every game mode in this game, but 3s is definitely really fun to watch, and it's definitely a really, really different game mode, and I'm really happy that CBJ is running a great tournament here.
Absolutely. As we continue to try to grow this esports scene, the NHL esports has taken off the last couple of years, still looking to push to new heights. CBJ Gaming at the forefront of that once again. Noted for their 6s events, now breaking into that 3 space. A couple of 3s events in the space this year. It's awesome to see the growth and teams challenging what was possible, and having the NHL backing as well, trying to get these NHL clubs more and more involved every year. It's been awesome to see. As Polgz, we thank you for your time. From Davos, from myself, and this has been our interview for the CBJ Gaming 3v3 Open. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you guys so much.